And this is the South.
Yes.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Last Shot Show. We are now breaking down the South. We've got Kansas as the overall #1 seed, and Georgetown, who I actually thought could beat out Kansas as the overall.
We'll get to that later.
Oh, so not the overall #1 seed, but
you mean #1 seed?
#1 seed in the South. I thought
Okay.
that Gonzaga, not Gonzaga, because they're in the
Miami.
I thought Georgetown would be a #1 seed. Actually, I thought that
They didn't win their conference.
They didn't win their conference
That's what cost them.
Yeah, but we'll go over who we thought should be the #1 seeds in a second. But this is what happens when we don't sit. I do this. So let's break it down again. We've got Kansas at Western Kentucky.
Before we start this bracket, I just want to say this is the most intriguing of all the regions right here. This one I love. I want to give it a hug because of the matchups. Go on now, 116.
Kansas versus Western Kentucky.
We both have Kansas.
We both have Kansas, and everyone's like, okay, we want to put Western Kentucky beating Kansas because we don't have Kentucky defending their title. And I'm like, who cares?
What are you saying?
Some people want Western Kentucky to win this game.
Legitimately though, I'm going to go on a bold statement here. That Kansas-Western Kentucky game is going to be less than a 10-point game. I see that game being tight in the second half, much like Kansas Holy Cross a decade ago.
UNC versus Nova.
What do you got?
I have UNC.
I have Villanova.
All right.
Just because I think UNC plays too small, and I think everyone kind of wanted to give them a hug at the end of the year for winning 7 to 9 games or something like that. I haven't seen UNC do anything this year.
I think that UNC has a light and fire burned into Roy Williams.
Roy Williams can't coach in the tournament.
I think that he can.
When he has Sean May.
When he has Sean May, but I think they have a light under their bodies. Under their butts to try to win this tournament, try to pull out a winning season, a good tournament run out of nowhere.
But if they do win, you do have the Roy Williams Bowl.
Yeah, true, pretty much.
Before we get to the next 2 games, these are the best 2 games of the whole first round.
And if you can't see it, he's pointing to VCU and Akron
and Michigan, South Dakota State. Best 2 first round games of the whole bracket, right up against each other. I love it.
All right, so let's do VCU.
I got VCU in this game. I want to pick Akron. I really do, but their point guard's hurt. Can't pick them that reason. And if your point guard's hurt, you got a backup point guard going against Shaka Smart, it's over.
VCU, definitely.
Yes.
Michigan versus South Dakota State. I didn't even know this was
the Jackrabbits.
The Jackrabbits.
South Dakota State. I know a lot about South Dakota State because I'm from that region.
So I picked Michigan.
I have South Dakota State winning.
Oh.
I have them winning it by 10 because of their point guard, one of the best players in the entire country. I wish I could remember his name right now, and I can't. But I have South Dakota State winning that game because Michigan, when they get frazzled, they get frazzled. He lost to Penn State. Oof. There's no forgiveness there.
Who loses is Penn State's basketball team?
Yeah, Penn State won 1 Big Ten game, I believe. It was against Michigan.
It was against Michigan.
Yep, so I got SDSU coming through in that one. Go Jackrabbits.
Hey, UCLA, I screwed that up. UCLA versus Minnesota. What do you have?
Minnesota, easily.
Ooh,
a trendy pick. Everyone's picking Minnesota. I mean, UCLA's guard's hurt. Minnesota's a big rebounding team. UCLA doesn't know how to get a rebound. They couldn't get a rebound off a barn, so...
I picked UCLA just because I think that Minnesota is slightly less inexperienced than UCLA.
Actually, Minnesota's a very experienced team.
So I'm gonna put UCLA here.
Minnesota, I think Minnesota's hungry to get out of the Big Ten because everyone wants to say Minnesota has like 11 losses. They're just not a Big Ten team. They're not a grinded out physical team. When they get physical, they lose. UCLA's a finesse team. Minnesota wants to get out of the Big Ten. Beat them with the finesse ball, the rebounding. Minnesota wins in a wash.
All right. Florida versus Northwestern.
I hopefully we both have Florida.
I have Florida.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Okay, that's just okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't know how to spell Florida, but you can't see that.
You can't see that.
No, you can't. You can't.
I was a math guy in school. SDSU, the real SDSU, San
Diego State versus Oklahoma.
I have. I think I have San Diego State.
I have Oklahoma. I don't think they deserve to be in the tournament.
Nope.
I was kind of shocked that they got in because I didn't even know that they were being considered. But I know nothing about San Diego State, nothing, except they have a good coach. But I'm taking Oklahoma.
That's why I have them winning this game, because they have a great coach who has played, who has been in a lot of tournaments. So you can. It's not like a stable that San Diego State is in the tournament every year, but you can see that they are definitely like forces to be reckoned with because of their coaching. Finally, on the bottom we've got Georgetown versus Florida
Gulf Coast.
Gulf Coast.
I think we both have Georgetown
Yeah,
that game.
Georgetown.
Yep.
All right, Kansas. I have Kansas versus USC. I have Kansas winning.
Yeah, we both have Kansas coming out and going to the Sweet 16 in that one.
All right.
I think Nova will give them a run in the first half, not the second.
Then we have VCU versus Michigan.
Or South Dakota.
Or South Dakota State.
I have VCU coming out of
I
that.
have VCU.
So you expect them to be Trey Burke and Michigan?
Yeah.
Because they're going to suffocate them. No matter what, if Michigan or South Dakota State wins, VCU's coming out of that game.
VCU has a way of just collapsing the box, and it's just scary.
Best full court press team
In
ever.
the country.
Ever.
All right.
Shaka Smart.
Then we have UCLA versus Florida. I have Florida winning this game.
I have Minnesota beating Florida. Because I think Florida's not a physical team. Minnesota likes to play the finesse teams. That's why they got crushed in the Big Ten. I have Minnesota beating Florida just because of their shot, size, and rebounding, and their finesse and their athlete. Minnesota can jump out of the gym. I know Minnesota's an 11 seed, and I don't like Minnesota teams, but this team, if they have it going 100%, they could win the national championship with their talent.
I have Georgetown winning this game now.
Yeah, I have Georgetown too.
Yeah. So we both have Georgetown. And then go ahead, John, talk about Kansas.
Kansas and VCU, we both have. It's, I believe, an Elite Eight matchup from a couple of years ago. VCU shocked the world and got to the Final Four. But I'm going to Kansas is just too good. VCU, not as good as they were 2 years ago. I got Kansas winning that game in a blowout.
I have VCU winning
Dr.
this game.
Trendy over here.
I have VCU winning this game because of their defense. Kansas might run out of gas.
I don't know. Kansas
I
too
think
good.
that Kansas
Too good.
is going to run out of gas.
I got Kansas. I got that game being like 73 to 56, Kansas.
Okay?
And then I have Georgetown.
Yeah. Georgetown.
We both have Georgetown getting to the Elite Eight.
All right, and coming out of the South, everyone's going to hate me,
You got VCU.
but I got VCU coming out of the
Didn't
South.
Digger Phelps or somebody pick VCU too?
Yeah,
that's
I got
the Final Four, but to the
To
Elite
the
Eight.
Elite Eight.
I have Kansas
You have Kansas.
easily winning this bracket.
All right, so I have VCU. John has Kansas coming out of the
If
South.
these two teams play, Matt and I are gonna probably watch it together.
All right, if these two teams play, I think that comes to pizza would come down to this game.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Although I got some bold picks coming up, America.
All right, so what do you
Not
think?
just South Dakota.
Who's coming out of the dirty South? I have VCU. John has Kansas. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 disagreements. What do you think, America? Tell us in the comment section below. Like,
No one's ever commented on it.
no, we have one.
One. Jenny
one.
did once.
Like, favorite, subscribe to us, and we will see you when we break down the East.
The East, yes.
The
That one is
East.
next.
We just did the South. We're
Yes,
going to
the
break
East
down
is
the
next.
East. We'll
Unless
see
you
you
want to
in
see
a
us do the South again.